guys, and welcome to the Wedding Talk Show. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about something that I consider very, very important, and that is, do I really need a wedding planner slash coordinator? Because when it comes to your wedding ceremony, planning your wedding, there's a lot of conflicting information. So some people are like, oh, get a wedding planner. Some people are like, you don't need a wedding planner. They are just like, they're really overpriced, especially if your budget is limited. And you begin to ask yourself, do I really need a wedding planner? So I'm going to play the devil's advocate today, and then let's just see, do you actually really need a wedding planner? Forget the fact that I am a wedding planner or I am an event planner. Let's break it down, let's bring it this home. So who is a wedding planner? A wedding planner, as the term implies, plans your wedding. So there are different elements of your wedding: the concept, the vendors that are right for your event, and all of the behind the scenes, managing relationships between clients and vendors, managing relationship between stakeholders. When we're talking about stakeholders, are people that are important to that wedding. They say in Nigeria that the marriage is your marriage, but the wedding is for maybe your parents or your family. But we begin to see that a lot of times there are a lot of people that actually like plan the wedding, and then the wedding is for them, you get. But then you have to still please particular people. There's a lot of politics that is involved in wedding planning, right? So a wedding coordinator is, and this comes into play when you have that, or maybe you planned your wedding yourself, or for some reason there was no wedding planner in the picture. A wedding coordinator would cement all of your plans. So everything that you've done in the wedding planning process, the wedding coordinator would cement everything to ensure that on the day of the event, everything runs smoothly, everything runs according to plan, right? So what are the benefits of a wedding planner and a wedding coordinator? The benefits are numerous, especially if you can afford it. You can afford a wedding planner, please do get a wedding planner, because apart from the fact that your wedding planner is thinking about the concept for you, come up with a concept that fits your wedding. And not just, I know sometimes we see a lot of weddings online. Oh, I like this, and then you just pick different things. I say, bam, this is my wedding, this is what I want for my wedding. You need to ask yourself, is this me? Can I see me in this wedding? The way you want to pick a wedding dress, and you're like, oh, this dress represents me, or it represents who I want people to perceive me as on my wedding day. Your wedding has to also be like that, right? It's not just getting married for the sake of getting married. If it's just getting married, then just do a court wedding, like go to court, take pictures, and then we're fine, right? But if you are getting married like the proper Nigerian way, then it has to represent you. There has to be things that you'll be like, oh, this element is me, this represents our journey, this represents who we are as a couple, and things like that. So the wedding planner would ensure that you have that at your wedding. Your wedding planner, there's a lot of politics that a lot of people don't realize goes behind the scenes planning a wedding. Now, as peculiar as Nigerians are, or Africans are, you have that people have different opinions on what your wedding should look like, and you can be overwhelmed, right? It actually happens. Like, this one happens a lot. I'm not sure there's anybody that have gotten married that will say, oh, you know what, I just said I'm getting married and everybody just agreed to everything that I said. No, it doesn't happen. There'll be conflict, so you still need somebody to talk to, a listening ear that would get you and even offer advice. Your wedding planner is that person that would do that for you. Sometimes, I know you have your spouse, you have your partner, but sometimes it's not just enough. You need another person to say, you know what, you've gone through this thing, you've seen couples experience this. How did they go about it? Or what advice can you even provide? How can I get myself out of this situation for the desired outcome, right? And then we'll now move to the wedding coordinator. I'm going to tell you a beautiful story. And it comes to show the role of a wedding coordinator. If you have a wedding planner, especially with us at Eventigo, we have different packages, and in most of the packages we have wedding coordination in it. So we plan and then execute your event. So it's not, you're not paying an extra fee for coordination, right? You have that. So my sister went for a birthday party, and then she came back and she was lamenting, and I'm like, well, what's with the lamentation? And she was like, can you imagine, at that party there was cow, they killed a whole cow. You know that a whole cow in Lagos is a big deal. It shows that it's not a small party, right? They had barbecue chicken, barbecue fish, they had asun, they had jollof rice, fried rice, ofada, amala, pounded yam, semo. They had orishi, they had a lot of food. Guess what? She wanted to eat jollof rice, and jollof rice is like a staple food in Nigerian menu. Like every other thing can finish, but jollof rice, you will still have jollof rice, right? And then they said jollof rice has finished, and she's like, okay, if I came late, it probably would be understandable that, oh, maybe they didn't provide, maybe they were expecting like 200 guests, but 500 guests showed up. But you can see people like on different tables, they're like seeing coolers of meat, jollof rice, orishi, and she's like, she came back and she was lamenting that the person just like, it felt like the person wasted money, because the actual guests of that party, of the celebrants, didn't actually enjoy the party. It was like family members that were sorting each other, because, oh, I bring my own friends, I'm a family member, I can tell, oh yeah, Bekula Okowa, do this and do that. And I just told her that, well, it was because they didn't have a coordinator. Because if you have a coordinator, it's not just enough to plan a wedding and say, you know what, my wedding is going to be good, every family member has agreed they are going to behave themselves on my wedding day. Trust me, like, trust me, on your wedding day there's going to be a lot of drama that you would not know. Sometimes your guests will just come, just feel like, you know what, I'm here to support. If they give me food, fine. If they don't give me food, oh well and good. But after the wedding, when you're getting feedback from your guests, and like, you know, I did not even eat, I didn't even get water to drink, I'll be like, are you serious? I bought 2 container loads of water. I'll be like, well, I didn't just get water to drink, right? And you don't want that, especially when you spent a lot of money, or what you consider a lot of money. You want to make sure that at least your guests are fed. Maybe not over to the point where they are rejecting, they're now rejecting food because they've eaten to stupor, but the basic, the minimum has to be that your guests eat at least once, one meal at your wedding, because especially when you provide catering, right? So your wedding coordinator will ensure that all of that happens. Also, and one of the other thing we do at Eventigo is, on your wedding day, we provide you with a bride coordinator, a bride assistant and a groom assistant. So I know that you may feel like, oh, do I really need them? Yes, you do. You need people that are like, you can easily say, oh, get this for me, do this for me. Even sometimes on your wedding, on the morning of your wedding, you're like, I'm not sure, where should I start from, where should I do this, where should I do that? Or maybe vendors, the makeup artist is calling you, and no, that shouldn't be. Your bride assistant, your groom assistant is there to ensure that there is a free flow. You may now say, oh, I have my friends to assist. They've said, oh, you know what, my chief bridesmaid, what's her job, what's she doing? Trust me, you still want, as much as they are there to serve you, you still want them to enjoy, not feel like, you know what, I'm just running up and down, I'm just doing everything, I don't even look good in the first place. You don't want that. So my advice would be, if you can afford a wedding planner, definitely engage the services of an event planner, because of a wedding planner, because it's not just, sometimes you look at things and you look at the value, you're like, oh, I can do this. A wedding planner is going to save you a lot of time, like a lot of time. If that's the only thing you're paying for, trust me, it's money well spent. But on top of that, there are other services that they provide, advice. And another thing that I missed out is wedding planners, because of the relationship we have with vendors, many times we're able to get you the best price for the custom made service that you are requesting for, because weddings are actually very unique, and I like my weddings to be unique. I like it to be, you know what, it has to be unique to the couple, right? And then you have their particular services that you require for your uniqueness that you have to discuss with particular vendors. Oh, okay, so I want this, I want that, and then they give it to you at the best price for that service, right? So to make all of this very easy for you, I've actually created a printable wedding planner, and there is a revised version that I'm going to give out to you for free. It's actually supposed to be paid, but I'm going to give it out for free, so you can just use the link in the description and to get access to it. So if you want the free version, definitely go for the free version. And then if you want more content, you want something that is fuller, richer, that would break down step by step the things you're supposed to do, questions to ask vendor, everything basically for your wedding planning, then you can get the paid version, right? And yeah, thank you for listening to this podcast. Do share this podcast with your friends, with your family, anybody that you know what, I just want to share love to somebody. This is love worthy, right? And share this with your friends. Share this. Let me know what you think about this. Does this even help you at all? Has it helped you in any way? Has it opened your eyes to anything at all? Let me know in the comment section, and I'll be looking forward to connecting with you on another episode. Bye.